How do people overcome a pandemic? They pivot. Businesses and communities coming together, paying it forward during a time of crisis.
Hi, I'm Jessie Allen. I'm with my husband, Michael, and we are artists and owners of Devalia in Chester, Vermont.
What we're standing in now is something that we've dreamed about for 20 years. We've been together for about 20 years.
I think people they're spending so much time in their home now. They're working from home. Before, I think a lot of people just spent very little time. Now they're realizing, like, my space doesn't feel good, or the pieces that I have don't make me happy anymore, and I really just want to be happy. And we can't travel, so we can't go out to eat. We have a little bit of extra money, where before maybe to buy a painting felt like a big deal. Now it's like, you know what, life's short, we have this money, let's do it.
Because of COVID, I'm doing this one project I'm on now. It's a custom desk. It's for an 11-year-old boy, and after being schooled at home, realizing the desk is really important. And I'm designing a desk for him to be for him for the rest of his life. It's a modular desk that hopefully he'll have to pass on to his next generation.
COVID really did help us evaluate where we wanted to be spending our time and our energy and what was really important to us. And although I seem like we're working more than ever, it's on like our terms. It's stuff that like we want to be doing. And instead of being open 7 days a week, we're only open 3 days a week. So we can actually be artists again, which we really stopped doing because there's so much business going on. And we didn't get into this to be business owners. We're artists. So for me to go, you know what, I only want to be in retail 3 days a week and then be able to do my art 5 days a week or 4 days a week. That to me was huge. And saying, we're going to be okay. We don't need to, this will be just fine, and let's be happy.
Crowfoot. I am an owner at Spice Trade and also the general manager. We opened June 5th, and since about the 1st of July, we've been talking about what are we going to do when it gets cold here. So it's been on our radar. We knew it was coming, and especially because 75% of our space is outside, we would lose a significant amount of capacity to the cold weather. So we tossed around a few ideas, and what we finally settled on is on our upper patio, we'll put in one big tent that is basically just an extension of our indoor space. So we kind of double the size of our indoor space. And down in the parking lot where we've been able to spread out, we have 13 geodesic domes coming in, which are like those igloos you see. They're clear, they're geometrically shaped. Each of them will have one table in it, and so it'll be like little dining pods for all of our diners. We're excited to decorate them really neat and put some lights in them, and I actually think that being on the corner where we are as well, it's gonna end up being a huge draw, and so I'm really excited about it actually. It cost a small fortune, but I'm really excited about it.
My name is Jason Bray, Jasonbray. I'm chef / one of the co-owners here at Spice Trade Brewery and Kitchen. We got to pivot. That's the key word for the whole year. Now what do? I'm always the silver lining type guy. You know, you have a bad situation, it's horrible. Let's try to find the best bright side to everything. I think these dinner domes are going to be sweet. It's going to be kind of like just a different experience.
My name is Stéphane Bocquet. I'm the partner of a restaurant Chez Catherine based in Westfield, New Jersey. At first, when the Governor Murphy decided to shut down the restaurant, says, okay, it will last about 2 weeks, so I'm shutting down completely the restaurant, do some repair here, things like that, and fixing things that I was supposed to do later usually during the summer actually. I says, okay, it's time to think about some things. Takeout, how I do that? Best French restaurant in New Jersey, never did takeout. French food doesn't do very well with takeout. How I can make it work? Here I do appreciate my landlord who let me use the parking lot here at no cost. So time to reinvent Chez Catherine again. Here we are basically, my 8 tables are about 7 foot apart. Some of my staff, I didn't see them since we closed because they cannot come to work. They have to keep their staff. Some did decide to move on. So I have to adapt again to be working with a limited staff. And again, longer hours. Yes, I did the PPP. Thank God for that. That did help me for that. I'm grateful for that. I did try to get some grant thing like that. I was denied. Fine. Like unfortunately a lot of restaurants, I will have be forced to put the key under the mat and shut down. And I did install some equipment inside of the air conditioning who cost about $4,000. So I did invest money to be safe inside. I'm just start to kind of breaking even, but right now I'm losing money little by little. They do not come inside here because still afraid of the COVID-19. Do not want to eat outside because they don't like to be. They like to have their comfort for air conditioning, thing like that. I get it. We have hand sanitizer on the table, in the bathroom, by the door. That has been installed. Silverware, things like that. Everything goes to the dishes. Whatever is on the table, they get cleaned up, and there is no, like we were doing anyway. So I do have some customers. They have bought gift certificate, and they say, I know we have gift certificate. You know that, but we refuse to use them now. We will use it when you will be back to normal, and that is one of the very grateful. I'm very grateful for that.
My name is Vonda McPherson. I'm the owner of Vonda K's Catering and Events, along with Vonda's Kitchen. And we're located here in Newark, New Jersey, and we've been here approximately 9.5 years. We came back about 2.5 months ago after being quarantined for almost 2 months. And quite frankly, when I walked through the door, I had no idea what this would look like. And there was a little bit of fear. It's just a matter of just putting one tweet and one script on Facebook stating that we were back, and they came. If we see a mother with 2 children, maybe she can eat off one one plate versus just making small portions. We try to give a little, and that has really helped us. I'll be honest with you. People are like, oh, great, great, great. And they don't mind paying the price because they know that they could possibly eat for 2 days. And all of the Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub have been significant to my business. They really make up a huge difference. Well, a lot of restaurants did not make it back. And that's really been a major part of new customers seeing us and visiting us and hearing more about us. We've also had a wonderful experience with customers that were never customers of ours that have just even donated to the business or come in and spent a significant amount of money on gift certificates to showcase our business. And the thing that I love about that, a lot of our European customers didn't even know we were here, and they found out about us and just wanted to support our Black business. So I think that's important. That says a lot about how we as people can make it through all of this if we support and recognize what we have to do to bring ourselves back to not normal, to something that's much more giving and loving. And I also believe that God has a hand in everything that I do. So for me, I'm not afraid anymore. I'm just going to be patient and move forward.
Hi, my name is Lux Sarabayavanija, founder of Ani Ramen House. We went from a ramen house that was dining only for the past 6.5 years, no takeout or delivery. We served our ramen fresh from the stove right to the table, and now we've completely pivoted to takeout and delivery with 0 indoor dining and some patio service. But to protect our product, we've worked with Sun Noodle to create a takeout noodle for the first time. And it's a ramen that holds its temperature for 30, 40 minutes. And then you have kind of your do-it-yourself heat-up broth kit at home. You heat up the broth, and it's the closest representation of what we feel an authentic ramen bowl is at your house. We're used to having a dining room full of 5 servers, 3 bussers, 2 food runners, a manager, a buzzing room, full-service restaurant taking your order, a food runner coming in, multiple steps of service, to everything funneling through the phone and online, and focusing on a product through the back-of-house only packaging, and not having any really customer human connection. That's been the biggest pivot. We let go of about 200 people throughout all our restaurants in the end of March. We were fortunate to hire back, I'd probably say right now, 30%. There's still a lot of people that really want to come back. It's just there is no dining room. There's really no work right now. So we're waiting for some sort of percentage of indoor dining so we can bring back the rest of our team. Because the 25% capacity along with the outdoor dining and takeout delivery was going to get most restaurants to a place where we were at least capturing 50 to 75% of your revenue. That being kind of pulled away really took a hit on every small business. Every time we get a glimpse of hope and there's 25% indoor dining, people abuse it. Every time there's outdoor patio and you're supposed to be operating at 6 feet apart, you go in and you see the rest of New Jersey just kind of ruining it for us. Yeah, we had 4 openings planned for 2020. We're just waiting again for some sort of indoor dining. We don't feel that we can open up on just a patio season now that it's going into the winter season and survive off of just takeout and delivery. So we've held out. That being said, we'll probably be built out with all 4 locations, just waiting for the green light when it's safe again. Now is the time to try new things. Don't be afraid. You have all the time in the world now. No excuses. Take whatever ideas you have, throw it against the wall, execute as well as you can, and this is the time that your customers will embrace and show support. I don't think that just because you have one model and that's what made you successful, that you have to stick to that. We were a restaurant that never offered any reservations, 0 takeout, 0 delivery, dining only, and we've completely flipped the switch, and we've been able to keep our head afloat.
Hello, I'm Chef David Burke, celebrity chef, restaurateur, and today I'm sitting at Drift House by David Burke in Seabright, New Jersey. Our first thing is to make sure we can help the people in need, the first responders, the healthcare workers. So that's what we did first. We fed several hospitals in New York City, several hospitals in New Jersey, Bergen County, Monmouth County, and Essex County, because we have restaurants in all those areas, thousands of meals a day. We did a deal with, we did something called Feed the Heroes. We created our own platform. Tons of our connections had food too in their warehouses. They needed to use it. Some got donated. As the old saying goes, behind every great chef there is a sous chef or a puppet. Lefto's here. Lefto has been my main man during the pandemic. When it started, we started cooking. He was a big part of Feed the Heroes. One of the things I've learned through the pandemic and when I was created or taken out of my box was I was given hope. I was sitting in a box for a long time, and DB over here picked me up, put me to work, gave me hope, and now that I'm on my 2 feet sometimes and able to cook and share and learn, and the more I learn, the more I know, the more I know, the more I can help people. So I appreciate that. And if you know anything and you're able to help people, please pass it on. Pass it on, help people. This is the time. You'll get some happiness out of it. Who knows what comes from good things.